I am 41, so we're gonna start with moisturizer first because as we get older, we need more moisture. Our skin starts to get more dry and we need moisture. So I'm using my favorite moisturizer, which is Saints Cream. It is amazing, and I'm gonna apply it all over, and I'm gonna let it sit here a couple minutes. I'm actually going to, hi Rosie, hi. Excuse me ma'am. The Prep Mist has hyaluronic acid, caffeine, glycerin. It just has lots of good things. There, we got it. I'm gonna kind of just rub this in too, because it's just what I like to do. Make sure it's everywhere I want it. I need it because it has all the good ingredients. This is a cream makeup. So I have been using this color Palace here because it has kind of a peachy undertone. And if you know anything about the color wheel, orange cancels out blue. So I like to use it especially right here where I have purpley under eyes. And I don't know if you can tell, just me tapping that there, like that's gonna make a big difference. So if you have purpley under eyes, this is gonna really help with that. And you should add Palace to your look, to your compact. I'm gonna put some here to highlight or to like prime my eyelids. But I want you to notice the color of my natural shadow because you guys said natural makeup. So we want a shade that's very similar to your natural shadow. So that's like a pinky mauve brown, more than anything a brown, but that's not what's in my palette. But I do have, this is a Lullaby, and it has that brown pinky muted shades. That's what we're gonna use. It's great for all eye colors. That's the eye color. Eyeshadow color we're gonna use. I'm gonna put this in the center of my face, and what that does is it brings the light to the center of my face, and it makes people look at my eyes and my mouth first, where I want them to look at me when they're speaking. Okay, so we have that placed where we need it. We're gonna go into contour, and I know you guys are thinking natural makeup contour because I used to be intimidated by contour, but I'm not anymore. So I'm gonna use this color here. It's a contour bronzer mix because I miss the sun. But I want you guys to look. Your face doesn't have just one color. This is why we're using different colors, because we are making you look natural by adding more colors back in as opposed to making you one flat shade. And I'm going right on the cheekbones, and I'm stopping right here at the corner of my eyes. Right here to slim my nose down some. Right here to plump my lip out some. I'll do the upper lip too, why not? And then I'm starting to have a little bit of gels here, so we'll go just right there, just to help it make it look like I don't have as much gels. And if we want, we can start here at the ear and just kind of draw a jawline on, because I don't really have one. I need to hit the treadmill a little bit, it's fine. That's tomorrow's problem, okay? So I'm gonna go back into the end that I dipped my lighter shade in, and I'm gonna get my foundation shade. These are all called highlights. This and this is called a highlight. That's Saint word for foundation and concealer. So whenever I send you your recommendations and you see 2 highlights, these are not shimmery, these are actually your foundation shades. But what we're doing here is we're placing everything in one layer as opposed to a ton of layers. This has a little bit of a, I don't know, a neutral undertone. So I hit that red spot pretty heavy. And then this, if you notice, I have a lot of red here, and that will cancel it out. It's pretty perfect for that. These creams provide a lot of coverage, and that's amazing. So we have everything placed where we need it, okay? And that's like the best thing. I'm gonna do lip, well, let's go ahead and do it. You all said natural, so we're gonna do the shade Nude here. We're gonna do lip and cheek. This product is called Lip and Cheek. It's a 2-in-1 product, and it means lipstick and blush. We're gonna place the blush right above our contour. We're gonna have them hug and be friends. I'm gonna just go ahead and use what's on my brush because I don't like to waste product. And we're gonna blend. I'm gonna use the blush and bronzer brush to blend. This is a really fluffy brush. I really like it for blending. And you're gonna see me use a lot of tapping motions. I like to do this so the makeup stays in place and it presses it into the skin. So I'm just tapping everything into place. This is a stippling or tapping motion, and this is the best because these are creams and we just want them to just melt right into place. I have a dog hair. I apologize, you guys. My dog sheds everywhere and I wear it everywhere. I just go out rocking dog hair and I just swept, but you saw her climbing all over me at the beginning of this video. So that's what happened there. So I'm blending from lightest to darkest, and really if you happen to go into your dark, it's not that big a deal because these brushes were made for these creams and it's just very forgiving. I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose. Blend around that lip. I'm gonna go ahead and blend my chin because this is the one area that I have forgotten before and went out into public, and we don't want to do that. We're not going anywhere. We're staying here and eating Super Bowl food. I'm just in a sweatshirt that says "'Tis the season" that has a football on it, and then brown sweats because I'm getting real fancy this Super Bowl here at the house. I don't know if I'm rooting for the Seahawks or the Patriots. I don't really care. I'm just there for the commercials. They're always the best. They're always really entertaining. And the food, that's what I'm here for. We're gonna have wings and we're gonna have a lot of stuff. So I'm tapping my contour first to kind of just warm it up and have it where I want it. And then I'm gonna go up, blend up with my blush, blend it up into my blush, and then tap this blush where I want it. Ooh, I have cheekbones. Okay, same thing here. So you're seeing a lot of tapping, a lot of stippling, a little bit of swooping, a little. You just want this to stay where it's at. I'm gonna flip my brush and just go over my face with it for a final blend because this is a really big fluffy end, and this is just gonna give me a final blend out that I just love, okay? I was picking my chin before we got on here, okay? That redness will go away. It was caused by me. Okay, who else is a picker? Is it just me? What else was I going to show you before I set my face? Brows. I used this brush for my brows. I overplucked back in the 90s, early 2000s, and that got rid of a lot of my hair follicles, and they just never came back. So I have really thin brows, but I like them to be, like, I do like a natural look, especially when it comes to my brows. So I'm dipping into the contour color Astoria. I brushed these up and out, and then I have Astoria on this brush. And I'm just gonna make quick little hair-like motions where my hairs are. This is gonna help fill in any sparse areas, and this is gonna really frame my face.
There it on, here I come.
And this looks a little crazy, but we are going to brush it back out, and that just blends it all. To see the difference, I mean, that just makes a big difference. I feel like this side looks older. This side looks more youthful. I just think this is a really good step that you shouldn't skip. Again, I'm gonna go into this contour shade. Blend it with the spoolie again, up and out. Beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, we're gonna get this fluffy eyeshadow brush. We're gonna tap it into Lullaby. Tap off the excess to prevent fallout, because technically you should do your eyes first, but I never do. I should, but I never do. So I'm just sweeping this and I'm holding my fingers down low. This is gonna apply just a little bit of pressure at a time. And I started in the center and I'm working my way up. So what we wanna do is, if our eyes were open, we want to get a little bit higher than that, because I have hooded eyes. See that lid drooping down? We wanna get higher so that way when our eyes are open, we can still see that shade. And that just looks really pretty and really natural. And this shade is gorgeous on all eye colors. If you haven't already got Lullaby, at least get this shade. It's Valentine's Day, and this shade is beautiful all year round. Light pressure, and you can build your shade. The thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you have evenly pigmented on both sides. So you just kind of look and see, does this side seem darker? Do they seem okay? And you go back and forth until you have it where you want it, until you seem like you're evenly pigmented. And then you can just stop here with this one shade. This can be your natural look, because this is your good mid shade. If you want to go a little bit further with it, you can. This is a dark shade, okay? And this can just be tapped very lightly. This is the shade Revival, and you can put it just a little bit on this outer corner. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit here on this outer corner, and then we're gonna blend it towards the center. This is gonna really add some depth and contour that eye, okay? I know that the shades like that can be intimidating, and sorry, my foot's going to sleep. You do not at all have to add that shade at all, but I just wanted to add it in case you did, just to show. And I'm gonna take what's left over and dust under my eyelid, I feel like that really just brings the look together. And I am gonna get just a little bit of shimmer on my inner finger. This is the color Drift. It should be in everybody's palette. And I'm just gonna pop it right here in the inner third of my lid. And this is just gonna make me look more like awake, I feel like, and just add something to it. Is that not pretty? So that's a pretty natural, but pretty makeup look. Same thing here. Make sure we're evenly pigmented. It looks as if we are. So that's good news. I'm gonna show you how I set my makeup. I don't do this on camera a whole lot, and I should. This finely milled setting powder, loose powder, is amazing. It's gonna blur fine lines, and it's gonna blur pores. I took this lid off completely. You wanna carefully tap a little bit into this black lid. I tapped too much. You wanna do a little less if you can. The older you are, the lighter a brush you're gonna want. This is the Shape brush. I'm tapping off as much excess as I can, and you see it's still a lot. We're gonna use very little products, okay? Because we don't want a lot of powder, but I am very oily, especially in my T-zone. So we need some. Like, oily ladies with large pores definitely need some. I have large pores here. I get oily in my T-zone and on my forehead, so I need it. These cream makeups are amazing, and they're just like skin, and they're everything, but I'm oily, and it doesn't matter what kind of makeup I use. So what we did right here was primed our bristles. We got in there. Let me do like half of my face to show you the difference. Let me get closer. I'm losing daylight. Hold on. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see what happens, okay? So do you see how that just kind of mattified it and thinned out my lines, blurred my pores? I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but that makes a huge difference. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other part of my face, and then I'm gonna go over it with a setting spray. I just learned that when you do that, it just makes it flawless. Like when you do a powder and then a setting spray, it sets your makeup all day. It will not budge, and the setting spray melts the powder into the skin. I know it seems like a lot. That's why I don't put it on here a whole lot, just because I try to teach the basics. But I thought to myself, whenever I was polling you guys to see what you wanted, I thought I'm gonna just let them know all of my tricks that I've been doing lately, because I love them, and they probably will too. So here's some setting spray. This setting spray sprayer is not great. I don't know what I did with my other setting spray. I may have ran out of it. There's one setting spray that looks just like this, on the website, it's much better. The sprayer's better. This spray's crazy, okay? Just fair warning. And I don't think, no, I don't see my beauty blender out here to like help me. So we're just gonna go with crazy spray, okay? So I'm gonna hold it probably 18 inches away from my face, and I'm gonna do like an X, and then I'm gonna do like a circle, and that way we get everything. And we want to bring the sprayer all the way down. When we do that, it makes more of a spritz, okay? That looks like a lot, and it is. Like, I just drenched my face, but if we let it dry, we have Chef's Kiss, amazing makeup, natural looking makeup, and I love it. So one thing, I love a nude lip, but I like a little bit of color. Saint came out with this flush. It's called a flush, and it's like changes with your pH, which is really cool. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to my lip just for some color. I love that while this dries. And then I'm gonna do my mascara also while this dries. It's taking a minute to dry, you guys. Be patient. Where's my mascara? I ended up bringing in my whole makeup dish. I got influenced to get a makeup dish. I thrifted that. And I may have, my mascara may still be in the bathroom. So I may have to pause this and go get it. And there it is. I don't know what I did with my eyelash curler. It's probably in the truck under the seat. Anytime I lose a makeup article, that's where it's at. Because I get ready in the truck more than I should ever get ready in the vehicle. But that's busy mom life for you. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this away while I wait on some of this to dry. And I'll take that part of the clip out. My goodness. This dog. Okay. I have powder all in this windowsill. It's fine. Okay. You guys, can you see how flawless this looks? So tubing mascara, if you have any issues at all with your mascara flaking or smearing, tubing mascara is the way to go. I have baby little tiny lashes. But you want to pay attention to the outer edges of your mascara. See what that does? Whenever you pay attention to the outer area. I just wanted to show you guys up close the setting powder with the spray. You can't even tell, it looks like skin. So that is like one of my favorite natural makeup tips. I like for my skin to still look like skin at the end of the day. That's my favorite part about Saint. Okay, let me show you one more thing that I almost forgot about. And then when I picked you guys up and I caught the light, I remembered. So if you want a little bit of a glisten that catches the light, see that naturally? The cool part about Saint is all our products are to enhance what you naturally already have. But see that little catch? You can use some illuminator. This is the shade Pearl, and I have eyeshadow all in it. But you can take some Pearl and you can just tap it. This is the cream. You can just tap it into place, and then the light's gonna catch that area. You naturally have that. So I'm going to place this in areas that naturally catch the light, just to help the light catch in those areas. I'm going to put just a little in the center of my lip too. And there we go. We are ready. We are Super Bowl ready.